Farm presents John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. Fleet Farm, the ultimate fishing headquarters. Welcome to John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. We're up in Vilas County. It's our annual buddy trip.
Hey, John Gillespie!
Just a big, beautiful fish.
Oh, is that awesome? Holy moly! Oh my God! It's a huge fish! It's a huge fish!
This is amazing.
Who do you got?
Oh my gosh.
Yes, folks, a very special trip that we do every year. We come up here to Vilas County with a group of 8 or 9 guys. We call it the Buddy Trip. We have a 3-boat contest every year. But Tom, you and I have been doing this for, I think, since about 2001 or 1999. And it's just fun, isn't it?
18 years, John, of total fun.
Yeah.
I look forward to it every year.
Yeah, what do we do?
We have fun, we have fish, we eat really well, and just have great camaraderie.
And Mike, I think that's the neat thing, too, that everybody brings a different dish, and the food is fabulous.
Oh, it's fantastic. And the friends that we made up here, great guys.
Now, what I mentioned is there is a contest, right?
Yep.
So, between the 3 boats, so we're going to win this thing.
Defending champs, John.
Yep.
All right, we'll win this. And folks, Vilas County here, we can fish a couple, 3 different lakes in one day, and it's all species.
Yep.
All right.
80 species.
80 species. Hey, folks, we'll show what we're using and how we're using it. All of that coming up right after this. Folks, with all the rain we've had this summer, what does that mean, Jack?
There's lots of black flies, mosquitoes, and lots of ticks.
So what do?
We use common insect repellent.
And the reason, Henry, that we use Coleman insect repellent is they have a formula for everyone in the family. For the littler kids like Jack and Christina, I like the Skin Smart DEET Free. And I just put a little bit of that on them in the morning, and that gives them 8 hours of protection. Right, Jack?
Yeah.
Okay, Henry, for you and I, we're a little bit bigger, so we use the insect repellent that is called
The Sportsman formula.
Sportsman formula. It has 40% DEET in it. I put it like on you and on your legs like that, buddy. And what does that do?
That protects us from the bugs.
For 8 hours.
Mm-hmm.
You love your Coleman insect repellent?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
The lure lock tackle box system is the best way to organize your bait.
Hey, you got to check this out, Blake. You know, crankbaits are really expensive. With Lure Lock, they stay in place all the time. The paint doesn't chip, my hooks stay sharp. This is really the way to go.
For more information, go to lurelock.com.
You can't choose the weather, but you can choose to dress for it. Introducing Blackfish Performance Rain Gear. Utilizing patented eVent technology, this advanced membrane allows body heat and vapors to escape while offering 100% waterproof protection with an exceptional combination of waterproof and breathability ratings. Blackfish Rain Gear keeps you dry all day. Whether on the tournament trail or chasing weekend walleyes, choose Blackfish because you can't choose the weather.
The all-new Yamaha Wolverine X2. Purpose-built for exploring tight technical terrain. And boasting next-level versatility. No other side-by-side delivers this level of proven off-road performance. The all-new Wolverine X2 from Yamaha.
Here we go, Tommy. Ooh, it's going to be a nice smallmouth bass to start my day there, Big Tommy.
Nice, I got the net.
Okay, buddy. This is so much fun, folks, fishing a shoreline. Ooh, look at this guy. Ooh, there's the way to start the day, guys.
Yes, sir.
And you know, we got to talk about this, folks. Every time we do this buddy trip each year, you and I have rods set up for all different species, don't we?
Yes, we do, John.
I mean, you got one set up for
Crappies.
and I've got one set up for bass with a wacko worm on it, and I got one set up with a Kalen's jerk minnow for walleyes.
I got the same thing going on, so hopefully today's the day.
You know, we've been fishing 45 minutes, and we took the Minn Kota and went up shallow. It doesn't seem to be a lot of life up there, though, like bluegills and crappies. This should be this time of year.
Well, you got that cold front that came through last night. It was 28 degrees last night, so hopefully...
Was it in June?
In June.
Wow. Well, look at that bass, though.
Beautiful bass.
That is a nice way to start. Oh, Tommy, you're coming back with, this is another big smallmouth.
We need a net.
Get that net, Pitts. Get that net, Pitts.
Off the jerk minnow.
What was it? Oh, that was
Nice
on the Kalen's
fish.
jerk minnow.
Yes, sir.
Jerk minnow, huh?
Jerk minnow, John.
All right,
Beautiful.
hey, hand him up there. That's a real nice bass right there, Tommy.
Look at this guy.
Very, very pretty. And you know, this green shiner Kalen's jerk minnow, to me, is the best.
I love those.
It looks perfectly natural to all our inland bait fish, you know?
Oh, he just pounded that, John.
Nice. Hold him up one more time.
Beautiful fish.
Good job.
Thank you. Oh, John, look at this guy.
Smallmouth bass, too.
Mikey net.
Mike, we'll need that net, buddy. Need that net. On the jerk minnow again, Tom?
On the jerk minnow.
We clean that. Just pass the net up here, if you would, Mike. There we go. Interesting. I'll tell you what. I'm using a wacko worm, and I'm getting bites, but they're attacking that thing, aren't they?
Oh, another football, John.
Let's see where that jerk minnow jig is. Way in there, huh?
Way in there. That guy just pounded it.
Yeah, and when they hit it as a...
Just poof.
Yeah, that's cool, buddy. Yeah, that's a beauty. And you know, you've been fishing up here, gosh, almost your whole life, Tom.
Right.
The bass fishing is really underrated up here in Vilas County, isn't it?
It is. And it's just a ton of fun. You bring your kids out, they hit it, and it's just a ton of fun.
And I'm a big kid too, because I love
You
to
are a
see
big kid.
big bass. And we'll try for walleyes and crappies in a little while too.
It's a deal.
Oh, here we go, Tommy.
Nice.
All right,
Mike, you
not a
got the
big
net?
bass, but I'll tell you what, casting these wacko worms along the shoreline is a lot of fun. All right, Tommy. I guess we can just do the old pass pro flip and grab them there, pal. Hold them up. Look at this. Look at the belly on that thing.
Nice.
That fish is about 15 inches long, and he's about 15 inches wide, too. you know? Looks like he's had a few Johnsonvilles.
Yes, he
No,
has.
but that is fun working the shorelines up here on some of these lakes in Vilas County. And all you got to do is go on the DNR website, look at a lake, and they'll tell you what species are in there. And that's a fatty.
That is a beautiful fish, John.
Yep. Maybe they'll start going.
Maybe. John?
Hey.
Mikey, you're going to have to get the net on this guy.
Yeah, that looks like a pretty
Whoa.
nice fish. You better tighten that drag up a little bit, Tom.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, nice. Put some right up here, would you, Bitsy?
Yep.
You know, folks, this has been a struggle today. And, you know, you and I have fished these two lakes that we fished today many, many times. And we can't get the walleyes to bite. You know, today is June the 4th, I think.
June the 4th.
And we got 61-degree water temps. And we've tried weeds, we've tried rocks. But, hey, we'll get what the lake gives us. And right now it's smallmouth, right?
That's right.
Well, we're just about to end our day, boy. I'll tell you, we spent a lot of time looking for walleyes, and we went back to the shoreline looking for bass. There's a nice one right there. Ooh, yeah, there we go, Tommy. Good job there, pal. No, folks, we spent a lot of time today working all different types of water, and for June the 4th to have 61-degree water temperature is kind of an odd deal. But the weeds aren't up yet up here in northern Wisconsin, and I think that's what's made the walleye fishing kind of tough, Tom.
Everything is past due, John.
Yeah. Hold that on. Nice. That's a nice chunker. Well, if all we can catch is smallmouth, that's fine with me.
Good job, John.
Johnsonville is a huge tradition in our buddy trip each year. We have the Johnsonville breakfast sausages in the morning. Then around 1:30 in the afternoon, we cook Johnsonville brats right on the boat. Today I've got Johnsonville beer and brats, the party pack. These are wonderful. And what I did was I simmered them in beer for about 10 minutes. And then I just put them on the grill and turn them till they're golden brown. Be careful not to break those Johnsonville juices. And they only take about 15 minutes. Johnsonville beer and brats. They're outstanding. This is kind of neat, folks. We moved back into a slough off of this lake, and the water temp is 5 degrees warmer back in here.
Oh, that's a nice
And,
fish.
yeah, it's a largemouth bass, but they're fun in June.
You need the net?
You know what? That is a pretty decent bass. But Tommy, you know, when we had yesterday, you know, water temps out on the main lake of about 61 degrees, and we found this slough, and it's really kind of neat back in here, folks. You can just fish these wooded shorelines. It's only 3 feet deep, and the water temp back here is actually 65.6. Another one, this is on the very next cast, Tom. That's the fun of largemouth bass fishing in June, you know. You can just cast anywhere. Another one about this, a little smaller. That one is definitely smaller. But all I'm doing, folks, is using a Wacko without a weighted hook or any weight at all, because as I mentioned before, it's only 3 feet of water here. So you cast up right to shore, twitch that a couple of times, and bingo, not bad.
Not bad at all.
That is the very next cast, Tommy. That is the very next cast.
Oh!
He actually jumped for me there, too.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, even these 14, 15 inchers fight great, too. And there we go, Tommy.
Nice
Boo.
fish.
Yeah. And boy, did he ever eat that Wacko worm. And the nice thing about using these bigger hooks, folks, is when the fish actually swallows that bait, the hook is actually pretty easy to get out. Just stick my finger down there and push down and take the hook out like that, and then the fish doesn't get hurt. But that's a good way to do it. And I'll show you how to put that Wacko on, folks. It's pretty simple. Rigging these Kalin's Wacko worms, folks, is really an easy thing to do. I like to use, like I said before, a little bit bigger hook. And what I do then is just anywhere in the middle, just put that hook through one time. And when that bait hits the water, it's actually slowly undulating. And that slow undulation really drives the bass nuts. We were fishing the lakes of Vilas County, a 4-hour drive from Milwaukee, 5 hours from Chicago, and 3.5 hours from Minneapolis.
From building and remodeling to camping and cooking, Fleet Farm has what dads want for Father's Day. Whether it's put some elbow grease into it season or let's push back bedtime season. Fleet Farm has Father's Day savings on things like a 42-inch ranch fire pit, $149.99, and a DeWalt 4-tool farm combo kit, $200 off our low fleet price. There's a reason people say, if Fleet Farm doesn't have it, you don't need it. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Folks, I switched to Evinrude 3 years ago, and boy, am I glad I did. Listen to this. My E-Tech G2, with all its incredible power, still gives me the best fuel efficiency in the industry. And this engine is so easy to own. There's no scheduled maintenance for 5 years. You never have to change the oil, and all of that is backed by 5-year, 500-hour transferable coverage. And you know what? My E-Tech G2 really looks cool, too. Evinrude. Built right here in Wisconsin. For a dealer near you, go to evinrude.com.
As much as we're on the water, my dad has me changing the lower unit oil more than once a year, and every time it's such a mess.
Well, we may actually have the answer for that. Amsoil's Marine Gear Lube now comes in this easy pack that'll take that entire mess away.
Let me see.
All right. Okay, to use this thing, you simply insert the nozzle into the lower unit. We've already have this one drained. Rotate the bag one time. And then go ahead and squeeze the gear lube into the motor. And once it comes out the vent hole here on the top, it's full. Just like that. I'll go ahead and put the plug back in. Get the other plug in it real quick.
Wow, that was simple.
All you need is a drain pan, an Allen wrench, and the Amsoil Easy Pack.
For more information, go to amsoil.com.
Hey, put a bobber on, and I got myself a little crappie.
Nice.
Well, if we can find some bigger ones, that'll be a good thing. But, you know, like I mentioned before, Tom, you and I have got about 5 different rods set up for 5 different species of fish, you know that? But, you know, I got a smallmouth rod, a largemouth rod, a walleye rod, a panfish rod.
And a muskie rod.
And a muskie rod. Yay, what did you do, switch?
I switched.
You put that Wacko wacko worm on.
Oh, actually, it's a stick bait.
Oh, nicely done. That's kind of a gutsy maneuver back here with all these trees. But, you know, let's talk to the folks about what we did this morning. We fished all day yesterday, mid-lake temperature, 60, 61 degrees, and we really struggled. We got some nice smallies. But we decided to come back into the slough area here, and it's real pretty back in here. We drove back in here and had to have the old Evinrude trimmed up, but we found 65-degree water.
That's the ticket right there, John.
I don't know, folks, how long we're going to stay back in this slough and catch these bass, but it's hard to leave. I mean, it is almost every single cast that we're getting a bite. And those wackos are just incredibly good bass baits. And that was right up next to shore. And you know, the bite isn't the usual tap-tap that we're getting today. You cast out, when the hit comes, your line just starts going that way. And that's another reason that I like really using that Seaguar Smackdown high-vis line, because I can see that line clearly in the water as the fish grabs it and moves with the bait. So that Seaguar high-vis Smackdown, I use 20-pound test on all my reels, and then I just adjust the leader material 4, 6, 8, 10, or 12 of the Invisex fluorocarbon to fit the species that I'm fishing for. That was on the shady shoreline there, Tom.
Nice.
Okay, and oh,
that's a nice fish.
There you go, right there. Nothing wrong with these, folks. These are really decent-sized bass, and again, fun to catch. And again, using that larger hook, it's a lot easier to remove that. But come on up here, Tom. You know, you spend a lot of time up here in northern Wisconsin.
I do.
And today is June the 5th. And when you think about the rest of the month of June, how is fishing up here?
It gets better and better.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Warmer temperatures, warmer water, just a great time.
Oh, look at Pitts has got one on.
Yeah, he does.
Way to go there, Pitts.
Right.
You're getting into the ball game there, buddy. Hey, way to go, buddy. You put that wacko on and you're going to town. Do the old pro bass flip in there, Pitsy. Not bad there, pal.
Nice fish.
You know,
That's a nice fish.
Your theory is always what? The shady side of the lake?
The sunny side of the lake. That's my theory.
No, this is the shady side of the lake, though.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. No, but I'm a sunny side guy.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I'm like a little kid fishing here, man, with these bassarudies. Ooh, look at him taking a little run there.
That's a ton of fun.
Yeah, they fight, man. Whoa, look at that one. That's a chunky chunkster, isn't it?
John, I bring the kids back here late summer.
Yeah.
Do the same thing all summer.
And you can actually you could catch these with the kids on a bobber and
Yeah,
a piece
that's
of
what
worm.
we were using.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
Grandkids just get into it.
Yeah, and again, like coming back into these little sloughs like this, it is a 5-degree temperature difference in the water.
John, you're killing it.
I know. Well, that's front of the boat. I mean, I'm getting a lot of the first casts into the shoreline.
There's another nice fish.
There we go. Yeah. Ooh, that
need the letter?
I don't. Well, that's the thing. The cool thing is whoa, grab him, Tom. Grab him, buddy. That's what I was kind of talking about before, folks, is using that 10-pound fluorocarbon. This is my bass rod, and on my crappie rod, I run the 4-pound Seaguar stuff. So, but no, that's a nice chunky fish, and man, when they turn, it's hard to turn them back, you know?
It's now time to announce this week's winners of the Fleet Farm, John Gillespie's Waters and Woods 2019 Fishing Contest.
Roy Werner of Saukville, Wisconsin, caught this 33 1/4 inch walleye on the Fox River. He was using a Rapala. Justin Gerke of Delafield, Wisconsin, boated this 48-inch flathead catfish on the Fox River. He was using cut bait. Jeff Marschke of Osceola, Wisconsin, caught this smallmouth bass 22-incher on Birch Lake in Minnesota. He was using a pink jig and minnow. Ron Schmidt of Milwaukee caught this 57-inch sturgeon on the Menominee River in Michigan. He was using a night crawler. And this week's kids winners are Jaden Pasthuma of Manitowoc caught this 12-inch sunfish on Klein Pond. He was using a leech. And Ethan Delman of Stetsonville, Wisconsin caught this 50-inch muskie on Rib Lake. He was using a 16th-ounce chartreuse jig with a minnow.
I go to Fleet Farm every week to find the hot new deals. Check out what I found this week. The Zebco Quantum Throttle spinning reel is on sale for $39.99. And you get a free Quantum jersey with purchase. Also, the Performance Tool Combo is on sale for only $29.99. Now those are some hot buys. Today, we're checking out two new products, the Blackfish Aspire rain gear and the AquaJet Washdown by Johnson Pump. No, not me!
This thing is powerful. This is fun. The AquaJet Washdown by Johnson Pump provides the highest PSI in the industry. There's more than enough pressure to clean up what's left after a long day of fishing. Johnson Pump AquaJet Pump Kits, the most efficient and most powerful boat washdown kits available.
And the Blackfish Aspire rain gear kept me totally dry too. For more information on the AquaJet Washdown, go to sbxflow.com. The Lure Lock Tackle Box system is the best way to keep your baits in great shape.
You know, this system is really awesome, Blake. You never want dull hooks on your crankbaits when you're fishing. With the TackLogic technology, your baits stay in shape and your hooks stay really sharp, so you won't miss that big one on your next fishing trip.
Get locked down with the Lure Lock Tackle Box. For more information, go to lurelock.com. If you'd like to check out the new Recon boats, you can schedule a test drive at the Lakeside Marina in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Simply call 920-231-4321. 231-4321, or go to lakesidemarina.com.
They sleep over there. Head this way to the job site. And the big ones take their lunch break right about now. The Solix series, with our most powerful innovations, from Mega Imaging Plus to CrossTouch to AutoChart Live, on our largest screen ever. Fish might call it an invasion of privacy. You'll call it a busy day for your live well. Only from Humminbird.
Hey, here we go. Move back out on the main lake, and ooh, there's a nice walleye coming in, Tommy.
Oh, that's a beautiful fish.
Look at that walleye.
Can you reach it over here, Mike?
Okay, Mike, get him in that net there, pal. Boy, did he hammer that, too. Wow. Pass him up here, buddy.
All right,
way to go. And you know what's interesting, folks? You can see behind me here this brush. And the water is so high up here in Vilas County, folks, that those fish will move right up against that shoreline. I mean, that area right there, folks, last year was dry land. So that's interesting. Boy, that's a pretty walleye, Tom.
It's a beautiful walleye.
Yeah.
And you know, John, with the high water this year, it's like we're fishing these lakes, and they're all different now.
Yeah, right. I mean, some of the spots that you and I have fished on this particular lake before used to be mid-lake structure that came up to 12 feet. Now what does it come up to?
16.
Yeah.
Do we need a net, John?
I don't think this is a walleye.
No, it's a bass.
Oh, yeah, nice largemouth bass sitting there with those walleyes. I'm going to put spot lock on here for a second. Wow, that's a nice fish. Look at how he's got that too, man. Okay, Tommy, hold him up for me, buddy. I'm going to put spot lock on here.
You bet.
Okay, that was cool, folks. I cast it right into the edge of that brush there where I caught a walleye a few seconds ago. And that's a nice largemouth, isn't it?
Beautiful fish.
That's the fun of the buddy trip. How many different species have we caught now?
Let's see. You even caught a perch too.
Yeah.
So perch,
crappie,
bass, both bass, northern, and walleye.
Yeah, not bad. Hold him out, though. I mean, that's he really hit that jerk minnow, didn't he?
He sure did.
Oh, way to go there, Tommy.
I need the net, Mike.
All right, I got one on too, buddy. I got something on too. We're gonna need the net. That's a walleye. It's a walleye.
Mike.
And,
nice.
Okay,
Nice
Mike,
walleye.
Okay, Mike, I'm going to need that net up here, Mike. I'm going to need that net up here. Okay,
on up, Mike.
here he comes.
Maybe I can get it here.
Okay, see if you can get it there. All right,
Yeah!
All
right.
Okay, I don't know, they look like twins, but mine hit, I love this green shiner jerk minnow. Like I said yesterday, it's got wonderful natural colors, and you got yours on a crawler?
I got mine on a crawler, John.
Yeah, this time of year, folks, when you're kind of in the transition from minnows to crawlers, bring both and bring leeches.
That's
you should
right.
be well prepared, but boy, gorgeous twin walleyes. Breaking news from Fleet Farm. Now, this is an incredible deal. A Daiwa spinning combo, 50% off, just $34.99. Again, 50% off, just $34.99. I got something on here, Tom, that feels pretty big.
Oh, it's a big one.
Oh, I don't know what it is.
It's a giant walleye.
Oh, yes, it is. Holy cow, folks. Wait till you see this.
Oh.
Look, he's coming in and hardly fighting, Tom.
I see that.
What is the deal there, buddy? Look at that.
Oh my
gosh.
Oh my God.
You know, look at that. Now, this is a very, very old fish, folks. And I'm going to show you the big head and the big body, but this thing is a giant.
Look at this
that fish. There.
Oh.
My gosh. And this fish, you can tell by the build on him that he's really at the end of his life.
Yeah.
See that a lot of his fins are gone and whatever. But that is a big walleye, man, on that jerk minnow. But you know, he's hardly alive.
Yeah, I know that.
You know that? And you can see what happens as they age. That eye, he has no eye there. And you can see the back fin is all scarred up, missing fins and whatever. But that walleye had a good life, I'll tell you.
Sure
Isn't that interesting that he would bite?
Yeah.
I'll let him go. If he swims away, it'll be interesting. I don't know. Go back and rest, buddy.
Yeah, he's a really sick.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, there he
There he goes. Yeah.
Pete, I'm getting too old for this. So, John, you haven't heard of Brian's Custom Steps?
Oh, Pete, those are awesome. How can I get a set?
Yeah, I love these big no-slip platforms, and they're made right here in Wisconsin.
For more information on Brian's Custom Steps, call 920-315-0333.
Kalen's has been catching multi-species fish for over 30 years. From our crappie grubs to our seismic series of hybrid swim baits and grubs, to our jerk minnows.
You can't see that jerk minnow, can you?
To our garlic and salt impregnated wacko worm.
That's a Kalen's Wacko.
Our premium line of Kalen jig heads. Oh, and our original Kalen's grub still does a pretty good job too.
Fish, look at that Kalen's in her mouth right there.
Hey guys, great buddy trip, our 18th annual. We caught a lot of fish. That walleye was weird that I caught, wasn't he?
That's extremely weird.
On his last leg.
Yeah,
You bet. Hey folks, if you're coming up to Vilas County or anywhere in northern Wisconsin, the mosquitoes are going to be really, really bad this year. They've had a lot of rain up here. The warm weather is here and they're going to breed like crazy. Bring your Coleman insect repellent. You're going to need it. And folks, that is our show for today. Please join us next week. I don't know, we're going to fish yet. We'll find a place somewhere. Until then, I'm John Gillespie, hoping to see you enjoying John Gillespie's Waters and Woods.
Hey, John Gillespie. This is me. Everything done, yeah. Ding, 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 ding.